Hello and welcome to the Ram Show. It is December now, December 3rd, 2017. We were off last week because of the holiday and things like that because, things just didn't quite work out. So, anyway, hi Zach, how's it going?
Fine.
So, did you enjoy your week off from school and Thanksgiving and all that fun
Yep.
stuff? So, yeah, I haven't talked to you since then, actually. So, well, since what, a couple Fridays ago when we had our last, no, not Fridays ago, Sundays ago when we had our last Ram show.
Fridays. What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know. Yeah, man. Well, so having like the 3 day weekend or whatever, like really threw me off. Well, no, was it a 3 day, 4 day with the break? It was like, so that and then not having a Ram show for like a week, like it's felt like a super weird long like week kind of thing. So I'm completely kind of
Kinda.
off. So anyway, but so this week's topics are, in my opinion, what I thought are kind of boring. But sometimes those like boring topics actually like they don't tend to be boring. I don't know. We'll just get into it. So anyway, not really a lot to catch up on since last week because, like I said, what Thanksgiving that was that. So some new content. I've got a video edited that's ready to be going up, and I've got to edit another one that I want to put out before I put the other one out. So hopefully those will be coming later this week. And so yeah, some new content on the channel. I guess you know what, we'll make a video about this at some point later. But we're getting towards the end of the year, starting to think about 2018 and what we want to do for 2018. I really, in 2018, want to try to focus on making what I would consider to be more main content on the channel and not just, videos every here and there and then basically filling it with the Ram show. Even though I love the Ram show, it's a lot of fun. But I'd like to maybe like do some more hardware stuff next year. What do you think, Zach?
I have no issue with this.
Trying to do some more hardware stuff. I think what we need to do, I've got some products in the line here. Like I've got my Google Home, my Corsair mouse, like my $20 Corsair mouse, which I think is actually pretty nice. But I'm not a huge gamer. Let's see, my Philips Hue system. Like what I'd love to do with you, Zach, is like get together and then work together on those things to like make some reviews on that stuff. So I probably won't make you front any of the videos, but like at least your opinions on things.
Sure.
So getting you a little more involved with actually like making videos and things like that besides the Ram show. But anyway, so those are ideas for 2018. Oh, announcement. So I don't know how it's going to affect the Ram show. The Ram show is still going to be a thing, but I found out, I said a couple weeks ago that there were some changes that were going to be possibly taking place at my employer. Me switching some positions, and I got word back that that's actually going to be happening, so I'm going to be changing positions. Right now, I am a production assistant, but I will be moving up to master control, so I'll be like in charge of the entire station and making sure we're on the air and not in black. So,
Well, that
yeah.
sounds fancy.
Anyway, so it comes with a little bit of a pay raise, which will be nice. Some more hours, which are going to be a little bit more consistent for me, because I'll kind of have like a pretty set schedule. I'll only work like certain days for the most part. So with that being said, my Sunday shift may somewhat affect the Ram show. So instead of starting at 5, we might start at like 5:30 or something like that. We'll see how all that works out. We'll figure it out from there. But yeah, and I think we're still going to keep it on Sundays because that seems to be the easiest day for us to do things. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into topics for this week. So we all know, and some of us love to troll the fake tech support scammers. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah. And I love it. Thank you for recording. My name is Alex. I am from Microsoft support. There is a problem with your computer. Pay us money and we will fix your computer for you. Yeah, no, that's never how that works. So, anyway, hold on. So, scammers are tricking victims into paying, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but $25 for fake security software right now. Like I said, $25 doesn't seem like a lot, but if you get a lot of people, like $25 adds up after a while. So, anyway. So, the tech support scammers use fake blue screens of death. Well, okay, think of it for an average consumer, though. Okay? The average consumer sees this blue screen that pops up with a bunch of, text and a really long error code on it, and, like, they don't know what it means, so they freak out. Things like that.
Yeah, sure.
So, even though, you know what? I don't think, at least in Windows 10, like, the blue screens of death are, like, they're not that annoying, like, deep blue. They're, like, the Windows blue now, and they've got, like, a frowny face kind of thing. I think.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that plenty of times.
I got I had an issue where, I put, like, a stick of RAM in the system, and, like, it would, like, boot, but as soon as it got to the login screen, it would, like, crash on me. Why it did that, I have no idea. Windows 10 blue screen death. Yeah. The little frowny face. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Whee! Oh. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah. It's like the semicolon and the, like a bracket. Your PC ran into a problem and needs to restart. We're just collecting some errors.
That's helpful.
Right? I love how, like, Windows errors have gone from, like, where it would, like, pop up a box in, like, Windows 95 or Me or whatever. It was, like, error code 00XA00740. Your computer, like, this specific thing, like, stopped working and yada, yada, yada. And now we're here at Windows 10. It's just like, oh, something went wrong.
Well, I mean, gee, I didn't want to know anything about what went wrong at all. No, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, and meanwhile, Microsoft's just collecting data about, oh, hey, blue screen of death on this computer. So,
and they've probably got all the details.
Probably. Because you got to get that telemetry data. So, anyway, so the message pops up, and it's a phony message. So, let's see here. So, yeah, so the scammers use a fake blue screen of death message and a phony troubleshooter for Windows applications to try to sell a supposed Microsoft security product called Windows Defender. Oh, Windows Defender Essentials. No. It doesn't exist. I'm glad you pointed that out. Okay? The name sounds like two real Windows anti-malware applications. Windows Defender and Security Essentials.
Wait, so you just said that the fake software was called Windows Defender, so...
Windows Defender Essentials.
Oh.
I said Windows Defender, and then I forgot the last word. Windows Defender Essentials.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So...
I was like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, exactly. But still, that's a good, like... It made you stop and think for a second, didn't it? It was like,
Like, well, of course they make it sound like something that they've probably heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
well,
that's
the whole point. And their goal is to try to get these unsuspecting, average consumer users to basically use the product. Or not use the buy the product. so they can, get their money and things like that. So, anyway, Malwarebytes researcher, or a Malwarebytes researcher, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce, said the Troubleshooter app is being distributed through a cracked software installer. Cracked software. Seems like a wonderful way to get a virus, or malware, or something you don't want. Also, with like torrents, that's the same thing with those. Pirate Bay is like, how do I want to describe it? Like, if you want to get a virus, go to Pirate Bay. There's a pretty good chance you'll pick one up somewhere. So
sounds crazy, but I bet there's ways of getting one faster than that.
Oh, there probably is. Stuff on the dark web and things like that. So anyway, instead of troubleshooting, the app states that Windows has encountered an unexpected error, and the computer is missing .dll registry files, resulting in computer failure, even though oddly your computer is still running. Victims.
So then, do they then like fake a restart or something? Or not fake a restart, but actually tell the computer to restart?
No, I don't think so. I think all it is, it's a piece of software that's designed to pop a box that literally looks like a blue screen of death. I know that.
It pops a full screen blue screen of death box, but since it's still running, how does it... What does it do after that? Because obviously it's got to do something.
I don't actually know. It doesn't say. But victims are encouraged to... Oh, okay. Here we go. So it says that there's missing DLL files in the registry resulting in computer failure. Victims are encouraged to click Next to diagnose and troubleshoot the issue.
Oh, and obviously a real blue screen doesn't do...
Yeah, no. It just shuts your computer down to prevent any damage to the computer. But once the victims do that, they're led to a screen that lists false problems and says the troubleshooter couldn't fix the issue. But the message says it can be resolved by clicking a recommended link to Buy Windows Defender Essentials. Selecting this leads to a page that encourages victims to send $25 to the scammer's PayPal account. So.
Yes, because I'm sure Microsoft would use PayPal. They're going to take your money.
Well, actually, PayPal is a viable option for paying companies. If you think about it.
I know that, but I mean, it wouldn't be sent to a Microsoft PayPal account. They would have other means accepting the money. If you want to use PayPal to pay them for something, then sure, I know that's a thing, but...
Well, I think that's the same thing here, but like...
But in that case, you're probably not just sending money to Microsoft's PayPal account.
Well, but I think how PayPal works, like, it's associated with an email address, and so you can take that email address and put it in. So, like, let's say it was like PayPal at Microsoft.com, that email account would be linked to the PayPal, or that email address would be linked to that PayPal account. And then if you wanted to send money to that, you could actually, put that in. Or I'm sure what companies do is they have it set up so that, you just go to this certain page and it figures all that stuff out. So, anyway. I don't know all the logistics behind how this whole thing works, and I'm not going to find out. Because, yeah. Anyway. Although... The one time we did try to screw with scammers, it didn't work out so well. They, somehow apparently caught on to us. So...
Well, I bet they've dealt with a lot of people who try to do the same thing.
And I think what the problem is now, it's hard to find them, because, the scam has been around for so long that most people are kind of becoming aware of it. So,
and when people are aware of a scam, it's not a very good scam anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, let's see. A browser-based screen locker goes away after the money is paid. So it sounds like you get, locked into, a browser somehow, if I'm reading that correctly. And, all of this is done inside of, a browser window, I guess. So...
And I bet you could fix it with just a simple reboot.
Oh, I'm sure you could. We can confirm this is a scam, and we recommend users follow advice on how to protect themselves against similar tech support scams. I'm guessing. Oh, this is coming from a Microsoft representative. They've got like details up on their security blogs. According to tech supporter site Bleeping Computer, victims can actually trick the program into shutting down once they reach the PayPal's purchase screen. So what they can do, they can hit Control O to open a dialog box, and then enter the name of this website here, Hitchnov. Is it Hitchnovation? I think is what it is. .com/thankyou.txt, which is a weird file extension for web browsing, because normally you have like HTML, PHP, but I don't think, well, TXT, that would be a text file. Anyway, supposedly if you type that in though, it makes the program think that you paid the $25 and it shuts it down. So whoever like designed this, like, I think they're somewhat amorish or whatever, or they totally
amorish. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, they're a bit on the like.
Don't you mean amateurish?
Amateurish. You knew what I meant.
Yeah, I
know. So anyway, so I lost my spot here. There's removal instructions, and I don't know where those come from. Let's see here. They come from Malwarebytes, so there's removal instructions. Last week, Microsoft warned about a scam in which tech support scammers trick users into calling a bogus hotline using click-to-call functionality in a website. So, yeah, so that's the latest like tech support scam that's going around now. So,
fantastic.
I guess, like, here's the thing, and I think we probably talked about this on the show before, is don't click on random links to things, especially from unreliable sources. Like, a little common sense goes a long way.
Really? No kidding.
Although, it's something that I'm finding that a lot of people just don't seem to have for some reason. Why that is, I'm not quite sure. Let's go over to the comments real quick here, or the live chat, because we do have somebody with us. Computer Museum says hi. Oh, it's Retro IT, our friend from a while back. He's changed his channel name. Oh, someone hacked him. Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, that's no good.
Maybe, let's see. Okay. Let me try to catch up here. Oh, I think he's referring to, like, me putting the RAM DIMM in. He says that's because if you change hardware without reinstalling the OS, it can't properly address the changes made. Interesting. I didn't know that's how that worked with RAM. I thought you could just pop RAM in. Unless that's not what he's
I've ever seen anything happen from doing it.
I think it just wasn't compatible with my system for whatever reason. I think my board's just really, really picky or something. I could be wrong. And,
I mean, I guess if you wanted to find out, it wouldn't be hard to just install on a different drive and then see if it works.
I don't know if that's actually what he was referring to, because, yeah, I could be wrong. Anyway, blue screens of death are useful because they create mini dump files, which can be inspected with symbolic linkages to find the root cause of the problem. And that's the thing. If you get a blue screen of death, if you can, normally they don't last very long, but if you can, snap a picture of it and you can look up the code. And that code will usually tell you what went wrong in most cases. But yeah, I do believe...
Windows 10 ones, I've seen some that are completely inconclusive, but sometimes they actually do point you in the right direction.
Yeah, I think some of them do too. I think I've seen that. And like the other thing is, like you said, like the dump files. Yeah, you can actually go back in afterwards and go look.
Or even just use Event Viewer.
Yeah, like the event viewer and things like that. That's my favorite part of that. Like those tech support scans where they get you to open the event viewer and they're like, see all the issues that are in here? It's like, yeah, no crap. Those are supposed to be there. These are normal things. But anyway.
I think it'd be a nice feature if your computer blue screens, it will stay on the blue screen until you press a button.
I think actually you can get it to do that. I think there's a way to set that.
Because
I could be wrong.
I mean, sometimes when it happens, it's gone in like 3 seconds. And
yeah.
I would have loved to Google the error, but
yeah. Computer Museum. If you're still on, or I don't know how you want us to address you anymore. I guess Computer Museum. But if you're still on with us, which it looks like you are, because it says there's 2 people watching. If you know if there's a way for us to be able to, or if there's a way for users to be able to stop like the computer on the blue screen and not have it restart before you like hit a button, let us know. So anyway, moving on. I found out that our friend here he says you deserve more visitors to the stream, as this is a cool chat show. Well, thank you. One of the things, so this probably won't affect him, because I looked, I believe Computer Museum is in the UK, actually. So, all the way from the UK. Cool. I believe. If that's wrong, correct me, please. Anyway, here in America...
When you say that, I think I have an idea of what you might be talking about.
What? Wait, okay, what am I talking about?
I think you're going to talk about net neutrality a bit.
No. Well, I mean... Okay, we'll maybe touch on it later in the show. If you open the rundown, Zach, you'd know exactly what we were talking about in the show. That's kind of the reason I have it.
I just busted myself.
That's kind of the reason I make it every week. So, anyway. No, we are talking about airlines, actually, this week. You haven't been paying attention to the news, but anyway. So, American Airlines, right? Decently big airliner. Planning to fly with American Airlines this holiday season. There's some potentially bad news here. According to Bloomberg, more than 15,000 American Airlines flights scheduled from December 17th to December 31st don't have a pilot. They don't have a pilot, they don't have a first officer, or both, due to a computer glitch that allowed too many staffers to take off for the holidays.
What the heck?
Oops.
Yeah, that would be one word to describe the events.
Like, oh, crap. Like, can you imagine showing up and there's just, like, nobody at the gate to, like, let you on the plane?
Yeah, I would definitely be very... I would definitely be trying to get a refund.
Right?
That's for sure.
Like, okay, I know planes are pretty sophisticated these days, but I don't think they're sophisticated enough to be able to fly themselves yet. I don't know. Maybe Elon Musk can get there. I mean, he's working on the self-driving not pickup truck, self-driving semi-truck. Planes next, maybe? I don't know.
Now that would be cool.
Like I said, planes are pretty sophisticated nowadays. They can practically land... actually, I think as long as you set everything up correctly, I think they can actually land themselves. I know they've got autopilot on them, so while they're up in the air, they can fly.
Once you're in the air, it can fly itself, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
The person in the cockpit is just there to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Right? And, I mean, if you think about it, it's like you're up in the air. Theoretically, air traffic control is going to make sure there's no other planes around you, so when you're up in the air, there's not a lot to smack into. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
hopefully.
well, you know what they say, flying is still the safest way to travel, despite what some people think. But, let me ask you a question, though. And not that you pay attention to the news very often, but when was the last time you really heard a big story about plane crash?
I think I could actually tell you. It was the Malaysia Airlines flight that disappeared, just kind of into the void, and no one knows where they went.
Oh, like the Bermuda Triangle.
No. I don't think it was the Bermuda
No.
Triangle.
I'm saying like the concept
yeah, but
of like
that kind of effect. Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, I mean, whatever became of that? I remember it was like a big deal for like a month, and it was kind of interesting to follow it, I guess. Because what happened to it? Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard what happened to it, or if they even know what happened to it.
Right? Yeah, it's like it disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle, and then nobody knows what happened to it.
Well, like seriously, how does a plane just disappear?
Yeah, I don't know.
What an odd thing to happen.
Exactly.
Maybe they're living on some island somewhere like savages.
Yeah, like we find out years from now that like Elvis is actually still alive and he's been living on like a private island somewhere.
Yeah, and they crashed into his island, right? And they've been having a good time ever since.
Right. Let's see here. Computer Museum says he's glad. Or I'm glad I don't do planes. Okay. That's kind of a trend that I see with a lot of people. I have a coworker who went out to Washington. And he's like, I hate planes. That's one thing I find. A lot of people hate planes. I've never had a problem with them. Driverless equals...
I haven't either, although... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, okay. He says driverless equals pointless. All there is someone sitting in a data center driving the vehicle. Okay.
Perhaps not driving the vehicle, more like
planning routes.
Sure, I would think that it would be more like making sure that nothing goes wrong with multiple vehicles.
Yeah, right.
Not just one. Yeah, there's probably somebody watching what's going on, but
I would hope so.
As far as airplanes go, well, I mean, I don't mind airplanes, but
no, I really don't mind airplanes either.
Obviously, air travel is a bit of an ordeal, though.
Oh, okay. So if you think about it,
like
first,
relatively speaking, it's a lot simpler to just get in a car and go driving than it is to get on an airplane. You know, you got to go through security. You got to sit in a metal tube with a bunch of strangers. You know, do your gate check. You got to do all that.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make sure you get so you got to make sure you have everything packed, and then you got to get to the airport like a couple hours early.
But
and then
at least it's fast.
It is pretty fast. Yeah, you're right. One of my least favorite things about flying, though, is going through security. I hate going through security.
Oh, you got to stand through that big long line and then get scrutinized like some kind of criminal.
Exactly. When I went to Florida for my cousin's wedding, I had bought a what was it? It was a stabilizer for my camera, and it's got weights on the bottom of it, and
and it probably tripped a metal detector, didn't it?
Oh, it didn't trip a metal detector, but as it was going through the because it was in my a suitcase. But as it was going through the machine, they stopped it and they pulled it out and had to inspect it and everything.
Is that a bomb?
Yeah, they were trying to figure out what the heck it was, and and we ended up getting through security. But anyway, so yeah, security is just I remember when I was young. I don't remember. Was I coming back from? I think I was coming back from Central America, and I had a hooded sweatshirt on, and I remember that I had to step into the giant scanner thing that goes around you or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, did I just get profiled? Because I got a sweatshirt on and I'm a
Oh no,
minority.
it was random.
Yeah, it was quote unquote random.
Search.
Anyway, okay, so back to this real quick here. So the problem reportedly affected flights originating from Dallas Fort Worth International and other airports in Boston, Miami, New York, Philadelphia, Salt Lake City, and Charlotte, North Carolina. In a statement, American Airlines told PC Magazine it is working diligently to address the issue and is expected to avoid cancellations this holiday season. I would hope this is a major, like, F-up.
I wonder how much money they lost as a result of this.
They're going to lose some money. We have reserved pilots to help cover flying in December, and we're paying pilots who picked up certain open trips 150% of their hourly rate. So they're going to lose some money.
So basically they put out an offer like, all right, we messed up. We'll pay you extra to cover for us.
Basically, yes. Yep. And they say that's as much as we're allowed to pay them per the contract. I don't know much about all that stuff.
All right, well, I don't know who's going to turn down more money.
Right? I don't know, though. I
on.
mean, more money or spending time with your
No,
families?
I don't want you to pay me more, said no one ever. Wait, hold on, say that again?
Okay, so hang on a second, though. Here's the thing, though. Okay, so these people now who have, I'm guessing some who have taken time off are expecting to be able to spend that time with their families for the holidays, right? Who are now going to be working.
Well, presumably they're only working if they accept these jobs, right?
Oh, yeah.
It looked to me like they extended an offer, not that they were saying, all right, you need to be here.
You know what, though?
This.
So it makes me wonder, like, one of those things where it's like, are they, because I can see it being both ways. Like, somebody, like, doing it because they're being kind and they want to help other people out in the holiday season. But I could also see it as, oh, screw you, family, I want the extra money. Like, and so I can see it both ways. But, anyway, American said it will work with the Allied Pilot Association Union to take care of its pilots and ensure we get our customers to where they need to go over the holidays. The computer glitch caused the airline scheduling system to show sufficient coverage for certain flights when that was not actually the case. Bloomberg reports the airline has reportedly fixed the problem and believes its system is now working normally. What is it about, like, airline systems? Like,
yeah, you're right.
When
was it that what airline had a computer system problem that, like, grounded all their flights or something? What was that?
I think that was Southwest Airlines.
Really?
It affected my mother, actually, because
they actually, like, lose all their flights that were just grounded because of this glitch?
Airline.
I can't remember, to be honest.
Computer system. Let's see here.
Southwest Airlines computer glitch causes cancellations.
Yep, I do believe it was Southwest Airlines.
How about all of them? But yeah, let's see. Company said that more than 250 of its daily departures were canceled.
Yeah, like I said, it affected my mother because I remember she had left, and I think it affected my mother, but she was, like, supposed to go to a conference for continuing education or something like that, and basically, yeah, like, because the system went down, she, like, couldn't board her flight or whatever. Like, airlines have only been doing this for how long, and there's only so many of them. You'd think, you think they'd have something figured out where, like, oh, hey, or, like, here's my other big gripe with, like, airlines, too, where it's, like, nowadays, they overbook flights, and so when they overbook a flight, obviously people, don't get on the flight. They're like, okay, who, doesn't want to get on the flight? Things like that. Who wants to wait for another flight? It's like, okay, we have these computerized systems nowadays. you know how many seats there are on a plane. How does that happen? You
I think it
know?
happens on purpose.
Well, you know what
Sometimes.
they do? You know what they do nowadays? Now they overbook flights because I believe that they expect people not to show up. Or like a certain number of people not to show up. But then when
So
those
it's
people do
probably
show up, then the
kind of
flight's
a
overbooked.
calculated risk, I guess, and it probably works in their favor most of the time, and they just deal with the consequences when it doesn't.
Computer Museum says, have you ever used Windows Server 2000? Kind of, actually. Kind of. Believe it or not, I don't know if you were on when I stated this, but I will be moving up to Master Control at my place of employment. I work at a TV station. And we have one computer that still runs Server 2000. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. So yeah, and it's slow as crap.
I'm sure it is.
We get like we get programs through it, basically, like our syndicated programs. Well, we have like two systems, but yeah, some of our programs come through it, and it takes forever because then we have to take the program, and then it has to like get encoded, and then it has to like get transferred through FTP over to our like video server, and then yeah, so anyway, so that takes a while. Yeah, so yeah, kind of ish. My whole network runs on 2000 NT 4.0. Interesting. I'm a little curious about that though, because like, okay, I'm just thinking from a security standpoint, how do you secure that then? Or is it one of those things where it is kind of security by obscurity, where like, because the system is so old now that like hackers just are people who want to attack that just kind of don't, because they're like, it's not worth it. I can see that from both angles.
I sort of doubt that.
I don't know. I'm a little curious about that. I mean, server operating systems are not cheap by any means, so, if that's what you have access to, I can totally see why that would be an option. So, anyway. So, the APA, the Association for Pilots, or the Allied Pilots Association, is not happy with American Airlines' proposed solution for crewing effective flights. The union has filed a grievance saying the solution violates the company's contract because management basically, effed up. Neither APA nor the contract can guarantee the promised payment of the premium being offered, the union said in a statement. So, yeah.
Also, they're saying that their word is not good enough, basically.
Yeah, I don't know.
And, that sounds fair to me.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I see you still haven't opened up the rundown. You forget I can actually see that.
Well, you already found out, so I don't care.
Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, let me do this real quick. So apparently the rundown that I actually had on my iPad is the wrong rundown. Let's see if I can talk today. But the first two stories were actually like ones that I wanted to cover, and they're actually in the right order. But oops. Totally forgot that does that. Anyway, let me get the correct rundown here. Okay. Open up this, open up that, go into here, take this, here we go. I was so behind this week with like actually putting together the show. Like I literally kind of found the topics last night and then I put the show together today. So, anyway.
If you needed topics, you could have let me know.
Well, the invitation is always open. Just send them to me.
Oh,
I
was
thought
gonna
we
say,
I thought we
if you
established
end
that.
up short on topics, I'll go find something.
Anyway, okay. Computer Museum says Windows XP without antivirus is more secure than Windows 10, as XP is the only fully tested Microsoft OS. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Here is what we're going to do. Microsoft news time. Zach's favorite part of the show, even though Microsoft really didn't do anything stupid again this week.
Oh, come on. What a disappointment.
Although, 6 million machines are now actually running Windows 10, I guess.
Wonder how many of them asked for it.
That's a good question, actually. I feel like there's a lot we can kind of sort of make fun of with this. So Microsoft is providing its second Windows 10 statistic update this year, announcing that 600 million devices are now running the company's latest operating system. What they failed to include was how many of those systems they forced to run it.
Well, it might make them look bad if they include that, so no.
The number includes PCs, tablets, Xbox One consoles, HoloLens headsets. The heck are those? Okay. And even Surface Hub devices and phones.
Some kind of, I think it's augmented reality device, isn't
That's
it?
kind of what I was thinking. GeekWire reports that Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. I think I was saying I didn't say Nutella, but I was saying something close to it a while ago. Satya Nadella revealed the latest figures during the company's annual shareholders meeting on the 29th. What day would that have been? Was that Friday? No, that was Wednesday. Microsoft had originally planned to get Windows 10 running on 1 billion devices by 2018.
Nope.
And they were going to try to do it by any means possible.
Any means possible.
Oh man, hang on one second.
You can't convince that many people to run Windows 10? All right, we'll just make them do it anyway.
Right. It looks like Computer Museum has signed off. I guess, from my understanding, because he's in the UK, it's
probably late.
It's pretty late there. I think it's what time is it in the UK? Let's find out. I think it's 3 or something in the morning, but I could be wrong. UK.
I don't think it'd be 3. Would it? Sounds a little much.
Oh, it's 11:47 p.m. right now.
Yeah, okay.
In the United Kingdom, depending on wherever he is. Well, I think it's UK time is actually what it is. So I mean, it is getting decently late, especially if today is Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. So yeah, especially if he has a Monday through Friday job, he's got to get up for.
Yep.
So, I was gonna ask him if any of his devices, were upgraded. I think he's primarily a Linux user from what I've seen, but I was gonna ask him if any of his if he ran any Windows machines
that auto updated themselves.
Yeah, that auto updated themselves or anything like that. So anyway, I need to know. That's what I want. Get back to the correct thing here. So Microsoft originally had planned for 1 billion devices to be running Windows 10 by 2018. The software giant eventually gave up on that ambitious goal last year and admitted it will take longer to hit the 1 billion target. I wonder why. People don't want you to auto-update their systems.
Yep.
But let's shove it down. Let's shove it down your throats because we're Microsoft and that's what we do now. So how much longer it's going to take for them to actually hit that mark is completely unclear. Yeah, definitely. And if Microsoft keeps pulling the BS that they're pulling, I think it's going to take a while. Let me be clear. Let me be clear about this real quick. And that is that I actually don't think that Windows 10 is a horrible operating system. It's just some of the things that are baked into it that I don't agree with.
Microsoft are being a little scummy with it, is what I would say.
Exactly. And, like, why is it, Microsoft? Please explain this to me. That when I install a fresh new copy of the OS and I uninstall your crapware, why does it come back?
I don't know about that, actually. I've never seen that happen myself. I've clean installed a couple times.
I've clean installed, and because I did my little 2-in-1 tablet, and like Candy Crush Saga was on there, and like a couple other things, and I took them off. And then I like did a restart, and after I did the restart, hey, guess what was back?
Seriously, that's really weird, because I know that I did a clean install this October, I think, and never ended up.
Did you do an older like OS build though?
It's true, I did.
That might be part of it.
Very well, could be that.
That might be part of it. But it's like,
yeah, that actually could be it.
Seriously, Microsoft, if somebody I don't know uninstalls something, they probably uninstalled it for a reason. Like, perhaps they uninstalled that for a reason. So, anyway, I'm thinking about taking the old system that I have down in the basement right now, the one that I have for the pfSense router. Yeah. What did I name that system? Camelot. Camelot PC is what I named it. So I'm planning on taking Camelot. Right now it's running Windows 8. But I'm thinking about putting Windows 10 on it and building like a fresh like copy basically, and then uninstalling all the crapware, adding in the programs that I want, and then taking that and creating a image of that so that whenever I reinstall like Windows 10...
Oh, I know what you're getting at. Yeah, you can just pull out that image and then bang, you've got a nice clean Windows 10.
Exactly. Nice clean Windows 10 OS, build without all the extra crapware, and then I don't have to worry about reinstalling a bunch of stuff too, because like I already have, Chrome installed and like other programs that I use and things like that. So anyway, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should make a video on that, actually, explaining how the whole process works and how to actually make it and things. I think that'd be actually a really cool video.
There's a, I forget what it's, there's a website where you can go and download a basically a custom installer that has a whole bunch of like different freeware programs, browsers, etc.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that before. And like,
yeah, and you can just download all this. You can just click a bunch of checkboxes. What do you want?
And then you hit the button, and then it downloads all that stuff.
All that stuff on your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
One done. One and done.
Exactly. So back to this. Growth has stalled ever since Microsoft withdrew its free Windows 10 upgrade offer. I wonder why. Funny how that works, right?
When you stop giving it away for free, not as many people want it.
Yeah, funny how that works. Especially like people are still running like Windows 8 because it's still supported. And let me be clear about this too. Windows 8.1 at least. Like, I was not a fan of Windows 8, but Windows 8.1 I actually don't mind. Like, I've gotten used to it. As
someone who spent quite a long time using Windows 8, I got used to it.
Yeah, exactly. I got used to it. I like that 8.1 they brought the start button back, and they give you the option to actually like boot to the desktop.
Oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where it would boot straight to the
Metro interface.
It would boot straight to that dumb start menu.
Yeah, the Metro interface. That's what that thing is called, the Metro interface. The idea behind it was supposed to be one consistent look across all of your Microsoft devices. Except for the problem is that a computer is kind of sort of meant to be used with a computer or with a mouse and a keyboard.
A consistent look is silly because you're not using them for the same thing.
Exactly,
They're not built to do the same thing, so why would you want them to be this?
Yeah, like I could see it like on a tablet or a 2-in-1 or something like that had a touchscreen, because that interface was designed to be used with a touchscreen. It wasn't really designed to be used with a keyboard and a mouse. So, yeah. And then they put Windows 8.1 out, and and then people weren't as mad. You know, if we look back, though, that's like the start of Microsoft starting to just do stuff that, like, people kind of sort of didn't want. So, and then they carried it into Windows 10. So, anyway. Let's see. Anything else interesting about this? Not really. So, yeah. That's the kind of dumb Microsoft news that I have this week. So, not a lot to really work with. HP, though. Let's talk about HP for a moment. Oh, we should check this with Joe's laptop, because he has an HP laptop.
He does. You're right.
Again, you could follow along so much better if you actually open the rundown, but just saying. Anyway.
Well, now at this point, I'm doing it just because you keep bothering me.
So we'll cover this one pretty quickly here. So if you own an HP branded Windows PC or laptop, it may be running a new service that you never opted to have installed and had no idea was constantly running in the background. It's called HT Touchpoint Analytics Service, and it is being branded as spyware. I love how these companies now are starting to, install software on people's computers that they didn't want.
That's been a thing forever.
It's been a thing for a while, but like, for some reason, I feel like it's becoming more quote unquote acceptable. Like Microsoft opened the door for that a little bit. I could be wrong, but anyway. So according to Computer World, the software appeared earlier this month and seems to have been deployed as part of a Windows update. It installs without asking for permission, and then it harvests telemetry information that is used by HP Touchpoint Analytics Services. So basically, it's collecting data from the users and stuff like that, and it's being installed. Conveniently, HP is saying, where is their statement? Okay. Conveniently, HP is saying that the tool is a service that has been offered since 2014 as part of the HP Support Assistant. It anonymously collects diagnostics information about hardware performance. No data is shared with HP unless access is expressly granted. Customers can opt out or uninstall the software or the service at any time. Yeah, that is if they know it's there.
Yeah. When people don't know it's there, they don't know to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. If you do have a HP laptop or whatever, you can basically run some commands, figure out where the open up the services panel, see if it's running. If it is, you can go in, tell it to stop, and then you can also disable it from starting automatically and things like that. Or you can just uninstall the software too. So, anyway. So, that's the thing that HP is doing. Kind of crummy there. One last main topic for this week, and everything else was kind of boring. Oh, here we go, Zach. Besides Microsoft, what other big company do you love to make fun of?
Comcast. Well, actually, just a lot of ISPs.
Okay,
Apple? It's Apple, isn't it?
It's Apple, yes. It's not ISPs. Okay. But Apple, okay. So...
I do love making fun of ISPs, too, though.
Right. Yeah. As the week draws to a close, it's definitely been a long one for Apple software engineers. The nightmare started on Tuesday after a Twitter user disclosed a critical security vulnerability for macOS High Sierra that
I know this one.
That allowed anyone with physical access to a Mac.
It's ridiculous.
To gain system administrator privileges without even entering a password.
You can log in as root with no password.
Oops.
Oops. Understatement of the century right
like,
there.
big oops right there. That's almost as bad as, like, if that story from Equifax is true. Oh, just type in administrator and type in password and you get into the MySQL database.
Yeah. With all kinds of people's financial information.
Well, no, I don't think it was financial information. I think it was, like, customer service stuff. But what's actually in there,
things that should not be
yeah,
leaked,
exactly, things that should not, like, yeah, regardless, you know. Anyway, I wonder how Equifax is doing. Like, are they still, like, yeah, I haven't heard much about them lately. But anyway, I wouldn't trust them anymore, not after
I agree.
not after all this stuff that went on. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, as software bugs go, this one was embarrassing and critical. That's an understatement. But Apple managed to fix it less than 24 hours after it was publicly disclosed. Security is a top priority for every Apple product, and regrettably, we stumble with this release of Mac OS, admitted an Apple spokesperson. I remember, because I have a Mac, I remember it popping up, I think just a couple days ago, actually. Yeah, that would have made sense. As like, security update, install now, or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever, click. So I didn't even really know what was going on, because I didn't pay attention to the news until, like, last night. You know, or the tech news thing, but anyway. So, yeah, that would explain why that came up on my computer.
Yeah, that would.
You know what, though? Here's the sad part. So High Sierra has actually been out for a while now. And they're now just finding this. So...
Wonder how many people knew about it beforehand.
Yeah.
And they're now disappointed that it's been fixed.
September 25th is when High Sierra came out. So it's been, what, over a couple months now? Yeah. That has been a thing, possibly? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see here. We greatly regret this error, and we apologize to all Mac users, both for releasing with this vulnerability and for the concern it has caused. Our customers deserve better. We are auditing our development process to help prevent this from happening again. As the auditing of development processes began, other issues have come to light on the macOS side as a result of the software fix. Apple Security Update ended up introducing a problem preventing Mac users from authenticating or connecting to file shares on their Macs. Great! So they fixed one problem in time to create another problem.
Fantastic.
That is, if I'm reading that correctly. So let's see here. If that's true, connecting to file shares on their Macs. This usually takes a while, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get into my MyBook Live here, if that's a thing. Hopefully I can. I lost my spot. Apple was forced to issue... Oh, okay. Yet another support document to detail a fix for these users, helping Mac owners gain access to file shares again. Yeah, I can still get in. Okay, good. I can't access my files, Apple. That seemed to be an embarrassing end to the problem, but late last night, reports emerged that Apple's Rush software patches could be just as buggy as the code it was supposed to fix. So yeah, it's not been a good week for Apple this week, I guess. I'm too lazy to read through the rest of this, but basically, that's kind of the big thing that happened with Apple this week was that big security flaw that was in the operating system, which is a pretty big one.
Yeah, that is like huge.
Yeah. Anyone who uses a Unix system or knows anything about it, like root is the equivalent
Root
of,
is all powerful.
yes, root is all powerful.
And this bug lets anyone log in as root.
Yes.
Without a password.
Yeah, if you have root access to the computer, you can like install stuff, change passwords. Basically, it's like having a administrator account on Windows.
I'm fairly certain that root will let you literally destroy hardware.
I don't know if that's true, but yeah, it might be.
If you know the right way to do it.
Yeah. I think in some ways, like, root is a lot more powerful than, like, the Windows OS. Like, stuff.
I would think that root is, like, basically, is like using the built-in administrator account.
I think it's a little more powerful than that, because it gives you, like...
It may well be.
I think... Well, okay. I think Linux... I could be wrong on this, because I'm not really a Unix person. But I think, like, with Linux, like... it gives you more control over like the system files and things like I think you can get more low level with like a Unix system than you can with a Mac with Windows. So anyway, anything else good this week? Verizon says that they might have 5G service in a few cities next year, by the end of next year. I guess there was some iOS 11 bug that came out as well. So, yeah. Anyway, I really don't have anything else for the show this week. So, and I doubt you have anything else as well, do you, Zach?
I'm good.
So, alright. Well, let's call it a Ram show for this week. So, with that being said, time for us to end this show for this week. If I'm not lazy, and I need to do a better job about it, is getting the Ram show up on iTunes, for podcasts. So if you want to go back and, listen to the Ram show on your phone on the Apple Podcast, app thing, that is a thing. There's a few episodes I need to do, like I said, a better job of actually updating it every week. So anyway, maybe we'll put a link down in the description below if I get to it. Let's see what else. Come join us over on the forum, where you can discuss the topics that we talked about this week. Get subscribed if you haven't done that already, and also like, comment, do all that good stuff down below, things like that. And what else do I have? Some new content coming soon to the channel, hopefully. Maybe some themed content for like the holiday season as well. I don't know. And yeah, we'll see you next week, I think. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Bye.